Добрый день, дорогие друзья! Вас приветствует старичок-боровичок, и сегодня мы играем в Mass Effect 2.
Please, you have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
My contacts told me we're picking up one man, not two.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates, even.
Please, I didn't do it.
I said, shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement?
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns, runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
And humans are a blight on galactic purity. You, sir, you are a blight.
Imagine this. You're in the Nexus. It's late, and the only one around is that screeching prophet and a few Vorjas scratching for food. Suddenly, a shot. Red-hot lifeblood pours from a wound in your back. As your life ebbs away, the attacker leans forward, hoists your valuables, and says,
Good thing he didn't have a Teflon stinger.
Teflon Industries. Fine sidearms for your personal protection.
A human colony called Freedom's Progress has been attacked by unknown sources, marking yet another in the chronicle of the humans' failure to defend their own colonies. Raiders and pirates have already taken on the open.
Got something to report?
I'll just be going.
Keep up the good work.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Thinking about past missions. Got a minute? You might learn something. Beauty, isn't it? Pried that off the Krogan warlord, Gazak. Used to run the blood pack out of Omega about 17 years ago. Wasn't even a job. The guy just thought he'd hijack a freighter I was hitchhiking on. Big mistake. I goaded Gazak into one-on-one combat. Took out his legs, grabbed his gun, and killed every blood pack bastard in the room. That was the most beaten Krogan I've ever seen. Kept the helmet to remind me of that pained expression. Hey, don't touch. That rifle's older than you are. I call her Jessie. That's my lucky charm. More men have been killed with that gun than died in the Skillian Blitz. The day I laid her to rest was the saddest day of my life. I give up every weapon I own for one more mission with that shitty old rifle.
Hey.
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm done talking. Come back later.
I should go.
Yep.
I bumped into Zaid recently. Quite the character. Given how much violence and destruction that man's seen, he's surprisingly well adjusted. Still, I wouldn't want to be alone with them. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates.
Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Goto. I'm a fan.
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
What makes you so sure?
There's a certain aura about you. Like you've seen things no one else has. Even without knowing what you looked like, I knew it was you.
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
I assume this deal is something I should know about.
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware.
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of...
Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Yes?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
After a Geth attack nearly destroyed it, the colony of Zoo's Hope has announced plans for an expansion.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a Cision Omnigel converter.
You have a service order?
No, I got the refund, made the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse. I just talked to him on the Wards Market. He sent me here. Come on, why do I need a service order?
The Wards Market?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I trust you, Michael. What medical upgrades do you want to get for her?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask random people on the street what they think.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
You ever had ramen? It's a delicacy back on Earth.
The worst thing about extranet games is when some Batarian comes on and
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is...
What can I do for you?
Just looking around.
All right. I'm here if you change your mind.
I still say we should join the Blue Suns. They'd probably pay for our equipment.
they probably only hire you if you look like you can fight. So we need something to start with.
That Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care. No messages for you, Commander.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. The Red Rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met Keiji that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental. That's my favorite piece, painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an idea as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work. Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. Keiji used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium, artifacts from Earth going on tour, very high security. Keiji dared me to steal this, so I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last.
Всем большое спасибо за просмотр, ставим лайки, пишем комментарии по поводу и без. С вами был Старичок-Боровичок, желаю вам всего хорошего, приятных прохождений игр, всем пока-пока, я тут решил написать.